Hi everyone, it's Teresa back from Scented Obsessions. Thank you for tuning in to yet another video. This one is a double haul. So one of these I've been meaning to video since around October, and then the other one was it's all Scentsy, and the second one is a Scentsy haul from my Scentsy dealer, who is doing a crazy sale on behalf of her friend. So I'll go through the first one. Some of these are new to me, some of these aren't. But I always like to share what I've brought into the haul, and then I will put all of these away at some point in my house. So the first one is from a sale haul. I think it was around October time, and it was like a Scentsy flash sale through the website, and it said if you spent £75, you got a free Moon and Stars warmer, and I spent £75 and 4p. So I did get the warmer. The warmer's in the loft. It's quite a nice one. It's a ceramic one. It's not usually my taste, but I might use it at some point, so it's up there. So this is just all the wax that I bought. So in that sale, this mental health awareness collection box, there's 4 bars in here. They were selling this for £7.50 each, I think, or £7.25 for the 4 bars. I think it was something like £29 when it was released. So I've picked up 2 of these boxes. Now, one I've now realised, blue lavender and bergamot, that's where it came from. So if you've just seen what I've been warming, there's one in there. So I've got another one of those. So I've smelt that one. Now this one is new to me, so rosemary and mint. I believe these are all kind of quite spa, gentle, kind of herbal kind of scents. Oh, you do get the mint and the rosemary. It smells like, if you imagine that you're in a spa and you're having a massage and this is kind of maybe an oil that they use, or it's in the background. You definitely get a lot of the kind of almost eucalyptus mint on the back. So that one, I think for me, I probably warm that in my kitchen, I would say. For me as a scent, it doesn't really feel like it will be a bedroom, but it'd be quite calming. And it's quite light, so we'll see. But yeah, that one, I can see why it's in the collection. The next one is lemon and mandarin. So I like mandarin, not usually that bothered about lemon. Oh, it's okay. It's really light again. I think the whole point of this collection is they are quite light though. And yeah, it is just a general mix of lemon and mandarin together. I wouldn't have said one outpowers the other. Maybe slightly more mandarin, which is more to my preference. So quite light, quite fruity, and again, not bad. And chamomile and vanilla. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this one. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of chamomile or chamomile, depending on how you pronounce it. Okay, yeah, this isn't for me. I definitely get the vanilla. It's definitely quite creamy. But it's kind of like an odd creamy plus chamomile kind of scent. Not for me. I will melt it, of course I will, but yeah, not a favourite of that one. But for the price, you can't be bad. Now, I bought a couple of so the next ones, I've bought several of some of them, so I'll let you know as I go. Mandalorian Air of Adventure. I've had this one several times, really enjoy it. It is light, but again, I forgive it, but it's something like silver sage and a couple of other bits and bobs that are kind of, you can't quite determine how they're going to smell. Oh, I haven't even taken the foil off this one. And it's just really complex, but really it's kind of quite sweet. Not foody, but kind of quite sweet sage and a bit earthy. So I've got several bars of this, so I'll add that to my stash, and I picked up 2 of these in that sale. Wally, I picked up one of these. This is a typical, what I call green bar. It is very much like smelling a bit of grass or a meadow. Really nice, really crazy strong. Love this one in the kitchen. It proper freshens up the space. Really enjoy it. Yeah, that is one of the stronger Disney bars, and that'll have been a couple of quid when I picked it up. Bambi Twitter painted. So again, we haven't had this in the UK very often. Sometimes it comes out in the Easter collection. And I'm not sure what this one is, but I'm kind of getting meadow floral vibes, maybe a little bit of sage in there as well. It's kind of, it's not full on floral, but it's kind of like meadowy vibes. And I think I've had it a long time ago, but I couldn't quite remember. I think it's light to medium for me, that one. And again, if you saw my last video, Hair Tiger Lily, so I had picked up more. Again, this is my favourite version of that scent. It's a very perfumey orange scent, which I personally like, and it's quite strong. I picked up Pink Poinsettia. So I think this was around Christmas a couple of years ago, maybe when they first started doing bricks or before then. And to me, it's just a really nice fruity floral, really nice. I could melt this all year round. It kind of smells pink, if that helps. But yeah, it's kind of fruity floral, really good. Ginger Cookie Crunch. This is unusual for me because I don't normally do food scents, but I really enjoyed this one. I'll probably put this away in my stash for next Christmas now. But it was just a really nice, it kind of mixes between, for me, vanilla bean buttercream and a ginger nut cookie, really. And quite like these occasionally in the kitchen around Christmas time. So I remember really liking that one. So I've obviously picked up another one in the sale. Vanilla suede, I picked up 3 of these. This is my kind of bag. So if it's suede, vanilla, leather, sandalwood, you get the vibe. I'm going to really like it. And when they mix it with vanilla, it kind of ends up being kind of like creamy woodsy. Really like vanilla suede. So I've got 3 of these, which is great. We had this in Bring Back My Bar. And then I'm guessing maybe there was leftover stock and that's why they've sold them off. But yeah, definitely like that one. Picked up 3. Wild for Fall, this one was around a couple of years ago, and this is a classic mix of pine tree and orange. And for me, I love a pine tree as long as it's mixed with fruit, usually. So orange is an obvious combo. Really like it. It's strong. It smells strong. And I'd quite like this one in the kitchen, actually. Yeah, really like this one. So yeah, enjoy that. And then my last one is, I discovered this probably my first year of Scentsy. And I thought it would live forever in the Scentsy catalogue, and then it didn't. So whenever I can pick it up, I do. And it's just for you. And again, this is Christmas tree, but with blackberry or some sort of berry scent. And I flippin' love this one. Oh my days. Yeah, this is hands down my favourite Christmas tree scent. So I picked up 3 in the sale. It is really juicy. Don't care. We'll save that for Christmas. Love that. So that was my haul when I got the £75 with the warmer. That was back in October. Finally done it. Now the next batch is, so my Scentsy dealer, she was my original consultant and still is. And her friend, I believe, was selling off loads of stuff because she was needing funds for something else. So we got all these at the right bargain. Some of them I'd had before, some I hadn't. So I've got wax, pods, Scentsy soak for those of you that remember that, and I've got a room spray as well. So I'll go through them. Huckleberry Sage, I have had this, I really like it. It's one of those where it's one colour one side and one colour the other. And again, fruity sage mix. Really enjoy it. It's quite sweet, and this one is a light to medium. So I usually put this in my bedroom so I can really enjoy it. I think there's a couple of these in this stash. Violet Spun Sugar, this one was Easter a few years ago and I really liked it. So it was in my club for a while and then I cancelled my original club, lost it. So whenever I see these on offer, and you can see it started to discolour, it's usually this colour. But again, with Scentsy wax, it doesn't matter what colour it is, it's usually just the fragrance oils in there. But I really enjoy this one. It's kind of like a candy sweet scent, which is unusual for me, but it doesn't feel foody. It kind of feels like a very sweet, a sweet fruity, which I quite like for some reason, and I find this one really strong. So I think there's a couple of those in here. Plum and White Woods, I don't really see this one in the UK very often. I think the US guys have this quite a lot. Again, it's discoloured, but again, doesn't matter to me. And I generally like plum scents. Yep, it's like a perfumey plum with a bit of woods. Yeah, quite light. I'm not sure how strong it was originally meant to be. Sometimes with wax, it can get stronger or lighter depending on how old it is. So I'll probably use this one up quite soon, but probably in my bedroom to get the most out of it. Harbour's Edge, I've had this before a long time ago. I think this is like one of my usual manly / marine kind of watery scents that I really enjoy. Yeah, it is. Really like this one. I've had this a long time ago. So yeah, it's kind of quite fresh, manly, marine, watery, aquatic kind of scent. Really like that. I think I picked up a couple of those. Mojito Mambo, no idea where this collection came from or if it's even in the UK, but I think it's like a kind of a minty cocktail-y kind of, minty and lime. Oh, that's very minty. It definitely kind of mint in your mojito. That's really nice, and I'm hoping I do get a little bit of lime maybe. It's mostly the mint, and I would put this in my kitchen. I thought it might have been like a mint lime combo, like a fresh combo for the kitchen, so I'll use that up. Quite nice. Lime and sugarcane, I've had this one before. I think we had it in a Bring Back My Bar a couple of years ago. Really strong lime for me. Oh, that's flipping lovely. So yeah, what I might do actually is combine these two and do a cube of each. That would be really strong, really fresh. I think I'm going to really enjoy that, so that's what I want to do with those. Sandalwood Tangerine, I mentioned this in my last video because Wildflower Cotton smells like this to me. So this is the original one. It came out Father's Day years ago. This one's quite juicy now. Flippin' lovely, literally a mix of tangerine and sandalwood. It says it does what it says on the tin. Really, really nice. If again you like manly, masculine type scents, woodsy scents, it's one of those. Blackcurrant Bubbly, never seen this in the UK. I think it's come from somewhere else, or my consultant's friend got it from somewhere else. I'm usually a blackberry fan, so let's see. Oh, okay. So this is a bit like a refresher sweet, actually. So yeah, it smells like sweets. So kind of a bit of a spin on the violet spun sugar one. It's kind of a sweet, and I'm not getting bubbly, but maybe sometimes you do get a bit of an effervescent when you melt them. Peachy and Palm Trees. I liked this one. I think this was a bit of a divider when it first came out years ago as part of a summer collection, because I think some people had a certain edge to it, I think. I really like it. It's literally kind of like a creamy, peachy vibes, summer vibes type thing. Really like that one. Country Plum. Never heard of this. I'm guessing this is maybe a US bar or maybe an Australian bar. I'm not sure. But yeah, I do tend to like plum, so let's see. I don't know what the scent notes are. So it's kind of like a woodsy plum, to be fair. Not too dissimilar to Plum and White Woods, probably more woodsy than plummy. So yeah, again, I might melt that one sooner rather than later to get the most out of it. And then the last stack of wax, Vanilla Amber. We've had this one recently. I don't think it's in the new catalogue that's just been released for Scentsy, but for me it is one of the nicer vanillas we've had. It's a middle road between edible vanilla and kind of French perfume vanilla. I think it's meant to be edible, but to me it's not. Really like it, and I actually like this one in the bedroom. Just when sometimes I just want a simple vanilla scent, which is rare for me, but that's my go-to. Quiet Clementine. So again, don't think I've had this one before. It might have started to discolor a little bit if it was maybe a brighter orange to start with. It was part of the, I want to say, Hygge collection, Hygge. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So it's kind of like a perfumey orange with a little bit of something like sandalwood or something in there. I think not like sandalwood tangerine. It's more kind of calmer, more spa-like than that. That's going to be interesting to melt. So I'll do that in the bedroom. It smells quite light. Whiskey River, never heard of this either. So I think this might have been, again, a US collection bar. No idea of the scent notes. I'm assuming whiskey. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. It's kind of like a similar base to the Vanilla Amber, but with a whiskey and leather edge. Oh, that one's quite nice. So that one is a bit of a combo of sheer leather with amber and then a bit of whiskey going on in there. That one's quite a combo. I quite like it though. That one's good. Frosted Cedar, I've mentioned this one before. I'll pick it up whenever I can. It is a green apple autumnal scent. No spice. Just really nice apple with a little bit of woodsy. Another Huckleberry Sage, so we knew we've got two of those. Another Violet Spun Sugar and another Harbour's Edge. So that was all of the wax I picked up. And then pod-wise, some of these are new to me in pods and some of this we couldn't get in the UK in pods. So Shamrock Splash, this was, I want to say, February scent of the month a couple of years ago. And yeah, it is fruity. The wax was strong. I can't remember what's in it. It's not really apple. I think it might have been apple, pear, that kind of vibe. So it's kind of medium strong in the pods. Snowflakes and Sage. I love this in wax. We've got it in the wax as December scent of the month at some point. Somebody else must have got it in the pods. I assume US. Flippin' love that one. That one is going away for Christmas time. Love that. Going to be brilliant in the car. Cucumber and Cactus Water. We had this ages ago and it was always really strong in the wax. It came out in a brick. Oh, they're strong, fresh pods. Really like that. I remember those. So I've had those in pods before, but a long time ago. Go-Go Mango, classic for us in the UK. Love this one. Really love it in pods. Love it in the fragrance flower as well. Really strong. And then I didn't pick these up at the time. Peach and Grapefruit Mimosa. So I think this, I want to say Easter collection at some point. Oh, okay. They're a bit funky. It's got a bit of an edge to it I'm not keen on. Might be the grapefruit making it a bit weird, a bit cat pee-ish. We'll have to see how they go. Sometimes if you get a pod and you're not keen on the scent, stick it somewhere that you don't normally smell and just kind of walking past, or do one pod of one and one pod of another if it'll take the edge off. So there's definitely a scent on here I'm not keen on. I think it's the grapefruit that's making it a bit weird, a bit astringent. So we'll see about that one. Once it's in the fan, it might kind of diffuse quite nicely, you never know. Room sprays, this is Evening Sky. This is the water-based one. So to start with, all of Scentsy's room sprays were oil-based, and then they changed the formula so we could get them in the UK, and they are water-based. And for me, I prefer them. If it was oil, you can sometimes get a bit of a slippery floor, depending on where you're spraying them. So for me, again, I use these in the bathroom, and I'll give it a bit of a spray. But I think this was kind of like a comfy, cozy, sandalwoody, vanilla-y kind of vibe. Maybe a bit more feminine than that. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Now, for the two Scentsy soaks. So we don't do these anymore. Sad times. I'm saying we, as if I still work for Scentsy. Scentsy don't do these anymore. This is nearly a kilo of bath salts. They're made with Epsom salts, blended, milled into a really cool powder. And then you stick a scoop or handful or however many you want in your bath. Really nice. Love these. So I bought these on the black market ages ago. I'm still working through some, but I really like peachy and palm trees in the bath. Again, just a fruity vibe. And the other one I picked up, a bit of a classic scent, Make a Splash. Really nice kind of melon aquatic kind of summery scent. Really enjoy those in the bath. I'm a bath in the evening kind of person, so I will really enjoy having those in there. And the only other thing I'm going to mention right at the end, I missed it on my last video, was I used up a fragrance flower, sea salt and avocado, one of my favourite Scentsy scents. Really like it, really strong. This has still got some scent left to the flower, but it just doesn't scent the bathroom anymore. They generally last me somewhere between 3 and 6 months, depending on what I'm using. But I do have a normal size bathroom, and then I've got a downstairs loo, which is smaller, so they tend to last a little bit longer in the smaller space. So that is my Scentsy hauls. That is me up to speed. I'm going to put all of this away, replenish my stock, and then, yeah, once I get through some of this, I'll be on the prowl for another wax company to try. I've had a couple come my way, and there's a couple that I've done some research that I think they'll work with the Scentsy warmers. I am going to review the Wax and Worlds one as well. I briefly gave a review at the time. Really good wax, melts in all of my warmers, filled the room and the space really nicely. Would definitely purchase from those again. And they were really interesting scents. They were kind of earthy and woodsy, and lots of interesting scent notes in there. So I'd definitely buy from Wax and Words again. That's what it was called. So really, really good from there. So that is my Scentsy hauls. Again, what have you been buying? What have you been purchasing? What have you been trying? Any more recommendations for me to try? I know I tend to gravitate towards Scentsy. It's just sometimes the deals. That's all it is really. I know where I stand with the wax. Generally, I like it. But yeah, I don't tend to directly buy from them anymore, apart from in a sale. But yeah, let me know what you've been buying. As always, please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.